According to Dylan, she opened her door and witnessed a man coming towards her direction. She stood in a frozen shock phase as he passed by her. Then she saw the man walk toward the back sliding door. At this point, law enforcement believed the perp exited the house. Dylan then locked her door and was no longer in the freeze response. The question is, when did she feel safe enough to go to sleep or call 911? When to call 911? In our opinion, this is where the story breaks down. Almost 8 hours passed before 911 was called, after Dylan's freeze response. An anonymous source reportedly told News Nation that Dylan thought the noises coming from the rooms upstairs, in the middle of the night, were her housemates still partying. And that she mistook the man police believed to be the killer as a guest leaving. But that excuse doesn't work, because the frozen shock phase would be thrown out the window, as there would be nothing to fear. And she would have awakened the next morning, or late morning, and went straight to the bathroom, and saw Ethan lying in the hallway. Based on our theory. This is pure speculation on our part, but based on everything we know in this case so far, we believe that Ethan was allegedly moved, post-mortem. Why do we say this? Because based on what we heard, it doesn't make sense that Ethan would have been inside the room with Xana. Here's why. We know there were multiple perps in that home that night. We know Xana and Ethan went upstairs, as mentioned before, and this is corroborated by Dylan's statement. We know Xana said, "Oh, they're from here." We know one perp told another to go get them. We know Xana and Ethan were chased down the stairs. We know Ethan, being the male, would have let Xana go first, while he followed behind. We believe Ethan was attacked from behind, wounding him before he reached Xana's room. We know Xana locked her door. We hear a heavy kick on the door. We hear Xana questioning the perp on the other side of the door. We hear the perp say, "Open the door." Dylan said she heard the perp say, "It's okay, I'm going to help you." We believe that was in an attempt to get Xana to open the door. We hear Ethan say, "Let me up," implying someone was holding him down. We believe we heard Ethan calling Xana's name, implying that they were somehow separated. But let's play devil's advocate. Let's say the perp chased Ethan into Xana's room. Ethan would have immediately attempted to close the door on the perp, right? And if he didn't succeed in closing the door all the way, and the perp had 1 foot in the door, Ethan was 6'4", and we assume had more than average strength, so the perp would have lost that contest. But let's assume the perp pushed his way into the door. Now he has to battle Ethan from the front instead of backstabbing him. Ethan could then parry the knife attack and put up a strong fight. That would give Xana a chance to run out the room downstairs and out the front door. Brett Payne said as he approached the room from the hallway, he could see Xana lying on the floor. He could only see Ethan once he entered the room. So with that scenario, we will have to believe that after one perp wounded Ethan, the other perp was in the room, having a one-on-one question and answer session with Xana. Because, of course, this perp had plenty of time for chit-chat, right? It makes no sense. The Brett Payne PCA places Ethan inside the room. So, why would the Daily Mail report that Ethan was found in the doorway? We don't even believe he was in the doorway, we believe he was in the hallway to Xana's room. So why would someone move Ethan? This is only our opinion, but we speculate that some things needed to be somehow moved to another location or thrown away. And it could be things totally unrelated to the crime itself. The frozen shock phase ended when Dylan locked her bedroom door. And it is unlikely that both girls would sleep until noon. Perhaps one girl, but not both. Especially after the things Dylan said she heard that night. After all, the Uvalde school children were calling 911 as shots were still ringing out. So in this case, the 8-hour delay calling 911 is very difficult to explain away. Thanks for watching. And don't forget to like, subscribe, share and turn on the notifications.